So today we're going to do cheddar biscuits, garlic cheddar biscuits specifically. This is a recipe we've done multiple times. There's a million different versions. This is the one that I like the most so far. And obviously I'll be trying new ones as I find them. But this one is pretty simple in terms of low carb ingredients. It's pretty standard stuff. We're going to use the almond flour, the really fine type of almond flour that I really like, and that's what we're going to focus on. Some of the other ones use coconut flour as well, but this one, just being one kind of flour is, makes it easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the old KitchenAid again. And I'm sure I'm doing this wrong because I'm sure there's a reason I shouldn't do this, but again. So anyway, what we do is we put in 1.5 cups of almond flour. And I'm just going to use the half cup 3 times because that's one fewer thing to get dirty. I have to order more of this almond flour. I generally get this stuff on Amazon because I have Prime and they have good prices. So anyway, 1.5 cups almond flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. You definitely don't want to go too overboard because the garlic can be a little bit overwhelming in this dish because I prefer the cheese flavor to the other. I like garlic a lot, but this is actually a lot of garlic. So be careful. Okay, and then we need 2 eggs, and we need sour cream and melted butter. So what we're going to do is we're just going to mix this up in here. Let it break up any chunks from the almond flour. We're going to let that go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Let's go ahead and get 4 tablespoons. Which is half a stick, but who's counting? Okay, so we do that, and then we want to get this stuff all mixed up. I guess I should have done this the opposite direction, but hey, that's why I'm not a pro. We want 2 eggs. We want 1/3 cup of sour cream. Butter. Mix that in there. Try to get these eggs all handled. Still some chunks in there. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Going 1/3 cup of sour cream. Okay, it's about 1/3 cup. Alrighty. So all mixed in. Alrighty. Then mix the wet into the dry. And of course, I don't know if it's because I'm cheap or what, but I can't do this without making sure that all of the material is in there. It drives me crazy. All right. Set this in here. Get that going. All right, while that's mixing up, we're going to go ahead and get our cheese ready. So we're going to shred, let's see, 1/3 of a cup of cheddar cheese. And we're going to go with the sharp cheddar cheese because sharp is the best. Cheddar is the best kind of cheese and sharp cheddar is the best kind of cheddar. So I'm sure there will be plenty of people that will argue that. But I get to make this and I get to eat this. So I get to make the stuff I like, right? Alright. Close enough. Okay. That looks mixed up. So, let's get this. And it smells good. Super garlicky. Like I said, this is an amount of garlic. It is not messing around. So if you don't like garlic, or you like just a hint of garlic, you definitely would want to ramp back the amount of garlic you're putting in because this is very strong. Like I said, I like garlic, but just be forewarned, it's definitely not for the faint of heart, definitely. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add in the cheese, and then I like to mix the batter first before you put the cheese in so that you don't have the cheese causing problems, making it too gloppy. So we're going to go ahead and mix the cheese in now. Once the batter looks good, then that's when I put the cheese in, and then I mix it again because I think that it makes it a little bit less of a problem. So while that finishes up, we're going to go ahead and get out our fancy little muffin tins. And I like these silicone ones because you can literally just fold them inside out when you're done, and stuff doesn't stick real bad. So we're going to go ahead and line these up. Normally you can get about 12 biscuits out of these. I guess I should have gone the other way. Hey, math is hard. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're looking pretty good. Alrighty then. So there's that. Let's get our spatula again. We've got the nice gloppy dough, which is what you want. Alrighty. Okay, so now all you're doing, and because these silicone baking cups are such that it won't stick real bad, you just kind of want to get them divvied up into here. And so you want to kind of fill, I like to fill each one about just kind of covering the bottom and then come back around. And then, because I'm just balancing them out between all 12. And these are called, the recipe says biscuits. The problem I've had with doing these like biscuits is that they're so flat because there's not a lot of, it doesn't rise a whole lot. So I prefer these because they're more like almost, well, obviously they're in muffin tins, so you would expect them to be more muffin-like, and they are more muffin-like. but it's not something that for me is a problem, because I prefer them to be more together, as it were. That's a little much. But again, the idea here is all we're doing is just trying to get some amount in each container, and then we're going to go back around and say, okay, well, how much more do I need to put in this one? Because it's better to, I think it's better to add more than try to dig it out of here. So that's kind of a pain. And obviously, as they cook, they'll settle a little bit or whatever, and go from there. And of course, it wouldn't be an episode of Chad's Hates Carbs unless I failed at something, and in this case I failed to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So we're going to do that right now. So while that's heating up, we will continue to slap this stuff in here. Obviously now I'm to the balancing phase, because I got a little bit in all of them. And it's kind of cool. These really do taste, when we've made them before, they taste like the, I don't know if you've ever had the Cheddar Biscuits at Red Lobster, but they very much are reminiscent of those biscuits at Red Lobster. Even texture-wise, they're pretty good. Kind of the secret sauce of these is adding the butter at the very end of the cooking process, because that definitely makes a big difference. And to be honest, a bunch of these are filling up to the point where we probably could have gotten by with even having a few more biscuits, but this will be fine. If they're extra big, I guess that just means that person gets really lucky. So this is the part where we're going to cheat a little bit, and we're going to make these biscuits extra awesome. The idea here is, it's towards the end, you can see that they're starting to brown a bit on the top. What we're going to do is we are going to extra butter them. And some people are, sticklers for which kind of butter you use. I use the kind that's easy, and this is easy. Spread butter right on top. Just slap it on top. It's going to be fine. So all that's going to happen is you're going to have this puddle of butter that's going to work its way down into the biscuit and make it extra, extra awesome. And if you put in a little bit too much, it's okay. Really, it's okay. So we're just going to slap these on there, and then we're going to let them cook a little bit longer. Let's see, which ones did we not do enough on? That one needs a little more. That one needs a little more. Yep. That one needs a little more. Here we go. Oh, that one's sad. Yep, it needs a little more. There we go. Alrighty. So now we're going to stick these back in here. Let them cook for maybe another minute, maybe 2 minutes. And see what they look like then. So let's see where we are. There we go. Those look nice. Got a little bit of browning on the top. You can still see some of the bubbling from the butter. Looking pretty good. So now, actually, leave that on. Let's see what we got. So if we take this, you look at it, it's fairly solid. This is hot, by the way. There we go. I can do this. Whew. Just turn that guy upside down. And you can see that your texture pretty nice. Right in there. And of course, you have to add more butter because there's not enough butter. So we're going to add some more butter here. I don't know if you figured it out, but I do like butter with my stuff here. And then we just... Super cheddary, super garlicky, super buttery. Did I say buttery? Buttery. Perfect. So yeah, garlic cheddar biscuits, like I said, these are my favorite recipes so far. Because it really, most of the stuff you're going to have on hand, especially if you're doing low carb already, the almond flour is like just a staple that you have to have. And the rest of it's kind of basic stuff. Sour cream, butter, eggs, baking powder, garlic powder, salt. So, and then of course the shredded cheddar cheese that you have to have. And I really do, I will say that the shredded sharp cheddar in this is amazing. The last couple times we normally make it with mild cheddar because my kids don't like sharp cheddar as much. But having the sharp cheddar on hand is really good. So until next episode, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. If you have a better recipe that you like better, by all means link it in the comments and I'll try it out. Thanks.